Now is the time we've been waiting for, that time when each one of these beautifully ordained people gets to come up here and share just a few brief words about what it is that they like about ministry. Now, the challenge of giving a microphone to a minister is, as you know, trying to get it away from them is the big deal. And I have a hook behind the chair. So we will start with Reverend Jeanne Hoffman. Please do come forward.
I'm humble, and I'm so honored to be in the presence of so much love and wisdom in one room. This is one of the best days of my life, and I'm adding it to some other memorable days of my life that are best days. And I'm going to share just a few of those with you now. I had a grandmother who loved me unconditionally. She took me fishing. And she took me because I could be quiet. I wouldn't scare the fish. But in doing that, I learned to love nature, and I learned the fullness of silence and what happens when you listen. My mother thought I could do anything. And to ensure my ability to be responsible financially for myself for my whole life, she sent me to beauty school when I was 15. My dad had just died, and I was the oldest of 3 kids. I went every weekend and every summer until I graduated from high school, and then I graduated from beauty school 2 weeks later. I've been cutting hair for 58 years. I still cut hair. Not only has it fed me and fed my family, it paved the way for me to go back to school and finish up a liberal arts study that I had begun so long ago at Butler University and John Heron Art School. I sang in the car with my mom. I still sing in the car. And my first pulpit was in a beauty salon, looking in a mirror. 4 daughters taught me how to be fair and firm, and to stand by what I know is true. Daphne, Dana, Deanne, and Danielle are my rewards. My heart overflows with unconditional love for them and what they have given to me. Each one of them, in her own way, has saved my life in some way. And do-overs do come, and they come in the form of grandchildren. Jeremy, Gavin, Amanda, and Kirsten have given me a PhD in love, and that stands for piled higher and deeper. I'm grateful for my cousin Judy for making this long trip from Florida and for turning out to be the sister I've always wanted my whole life. She's the one who knew me when. And for DJ, the brother I have claimed on this spiritual journey, I'm so thankful for you. I learned about selfless service and mindful meditation from Leisha Dantes. I set Zazen in a Zendo on a Zafu. And I still prefer that way to meditate. I love Ernest Holmes. I'm grateful to Ernest Holmes for his Reader's Digest simplicity of the mystery of life. The way he brought together in all religions, the sacred thread in all religions and traditions, underscoring that there's only one of us ever here. The teaching is so simple, not so easy, but very simple. And it's the only game in town for me. How wonderful to have Science of Mind and Science of Mind centers like this one, where we can come to practice. Through these practices, first experienced by me in 1984 on television, I found my first church in Simi Valley, and my first practitioner, Maureen Hoyt. That was way before she was a minister and my friend, and back when we were churches and not centers. Richard Groves was my mentor for the Sacred Art of Living and Dying, as well as the Anamkara apprenticeship. And from that, a circle of trust, Kayam Akurik, we meet monthly for fellowship and meditation. And Sister Fionn in Scotland is dedicating her meditation at this precise moment to this meditation, this ordination. So I give thanks for every one of you for being here. Some of you have your name on the program. Some of you will be mentioned by name. And others of you just know that you put your hands and your hearts where we needed you. And I am grateful. And your name is etched on my heart. I know that God is great by each one of us. And that God is all there is, all of the time. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Betsy, please come forward. It is your turn for a few words.
You know, I stand here in gratitude. Right here. I stand here in gratitude in such a way that my soul is full. This has been many years coming, and I never wanted to be a minister. True. I did Science of Mind 400 because it came after 300. True. Our first meeting. Why do you want to be a minister? I said, I don't. This is just the next step. So what does it really mean? What does this really mean to me? As I go back, as Reverend Jeanne did, I go back to my first spiritual experience when I was 4 or 5 years old, maybe 6. And I went to the synagogue with my dad every Friday night. I had no idea what they were talking about, but they had cookies afterwards. But that's where I learned the humbleness of a heart that beats as one. I have always felt an encompassing love that completely sparked me in a way of a spiritual curiosity. It wasn't intellectual, it was a knowing that something was good. And so, when I became in high school, my mother decided to take me to Silva Mind Control so I could be better. I wasn't thinking straight. True, I was still, never mind. Just saying. Then we did meditation and we did, getting my mantra back in those days. All I knew is it was something inside me again that just relaxed. Just relaxed. There was something magical going on. I didn't know what it was, but I knew it was good. In 1992, I met Reverend Nancy and Barbara Harrison at a party in San Diego. At the time, I was with my partner, Kathy, who was still alive then, and she's like, I have my friends, let's go. We were down there for a weekend, and I said, who are these people? She goes, let's just go. I'm like, good. So we went to this party, and I met this lady. And all I knew is there was something special. I met Barbara, and she just put her arms around me and brought me in. That's when I knew about Science of Mind. That's what I learned that night. We stayed on and on and on, and all laid in a bed telling stories. It was a phenomenal evening. And Reverend Nancy said, well, why don't I take you to a spiritual center? Let's go to Agape. Only to be known that Kathy had already gone a couple of times. I'm like, Agape? What's that? So Reverend Dr. Michael became my first teacher. And I didn't go for me. I went to support Kathy as she was living with cancer, moving through the process. I was going to support her, of course, right? Sure. Only to know that as I went through that, again, there was a bell in my head that went off in such a way that I only could smile. I don't know what it was, the music, the tempo, something. I just came out feeling like I grew taller and taller, but more importantly that my heart grew bigger and bigger so that I could give it away. It wasn't so much about me. Keeping it to me didn't work. My work has always been about giving to the public, being an educator and giving it away. Little did I know that today what I do is I bring this teaching to the world. Everywhere I go, I have 450-ish people around the country that work with me. They all get it when I talk to them, I interview them. It's all about spirituality to me. So then, year 2 came, and Reverend Nirvana Gale was my second teacher. And again, I was there to support Kathy because that was her journey, and she asked me to come, I said, sure. Little did I know, once again, that there's something magical that happened inside of me, and there was a thing that was very quiet. Believe me, really, honest. Quiet. For real. And so as I went through this process, one of the things I knew is that there was something really, really fabulous. And that was called Spirit. It was called, to me, God, something that I already knew. But I didn't know it at the depth of my soul that I knew it. I did not want to be a minister. Then we came through our whole process. And I went to NoHo in North Hollywood for a while and got my practitioner's license, and I still didn't want to be a minister. Talked to Dr. Maureen. She's like, well, come talk to me. Let's just chat about it. Little did I know that would become my next home. And I've been at Granada Hills ever since. Reverend Mike, Reverend Ann, Reverend Jeanne, wherever Wayne went, Wayne McDonald, and Reverend Shelley Downs, my classmates, 4 of us, 5 of us are here out of that group. Knowing that this is a momentous day that I get to share with my folks, my people, that started this with me. So when I say thank you, I say thank you to all of you, my past, my present students. I love you guys. I love you. They make me grow in ways that I don't even know. They allow me to heal in ways that I do know. They allow me to be myself. They allow me to get in there with them and move through this process called life. That's an honor, and it's not one that I take very lightly. So I am grateful beyond recognition today. I'm grateful that my family is here. My sister Carol, my niece Andy, Sadie Alice, Imbal, and Adam. I'm so grateful to you guys, I have no idea. You've always supported me. When this little one came into the world, my life was changed. Forever. Forever. And most of you have seen her and know her before you ever met her today. My sister said, I'm going to quit sending you pictures. It's embarrassing. I said, don't you dare. So it's with this that I give great honor, great pleasure, Dr. Maureen, Reverend Mike, Reverend Ann, Reverend Jeanne. I love you. I have, I will, and I will never quit. Thank you and namaste.